God loves a trier, as Conor McGregor would say. The Stars win, but almost blow a 3-0 lead, making it very interesting and putting us on the edges of our seats. Nonetheless, this is now the hottest team in the league. We are 8-0-2 in our last 10. We have won 4 straight, and we are on a 13-game road heater. So, why all the drama? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about much more. But first, go ahead and follow me on TikTok at TheFoilHockey Stars and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. So, let's get into it. The Stars won today, or last night rather, because they won the special teams battle. We were 2 for 4 on the power play. We went 4 for 4 on the penalty kill to extend our streak to a perfect 9 games in a row of penalty kill perfection and a 31 penalty kill streak in the process. Just incredible. So, when you get players, big players like Harley, like Lundqvist, like Duchesne back, and you get them back in short order on a team that has been cranking with a completely different set of players, logging big minutes for a pretty good amount of time, you're going to have some growing pains coming back. And I think that that's what we've seen in this game and in the last game against Pittsburgh, where we just kind of eked out a victory. So I'm not too concerned about it, but, just to give you an idea, Harley, he had 17:30 in playtime in his first game back. I didn't see any major mistakes from him, but he was used almost exclusively at even strength. So they're kind of easing him back into the game. Miro, on the other side of things, took the brunt of the defensive minutes. He logged 31 minutes. Half of special teams was that 31 minutes. So Miro and Essa had almost all of the time on the penalty kill, save like a collective minute and change from the other defensemen. So, and Miro had almost all of the time on the power play. They were using a forward on the other point. So, Miro, what a champ, but you can tell that they're trying to figure out how to integrate these players back into their system. Coco Cabana played under 10 minutes. Capobianco also had no special teams on the night. Nils Lundqvist had only 12 minutes on the night. Lundqvist and Capobianco kind of struggled a little bit. They were a -2 on the night. So on the good side of things, Mikko Rantanen, the Messiah, another 3 assist night, and what a beauty of an assist on one of those ones. Just amazing stuff from him. He now leads the team again in points with 42. He's pacing for 113 points. Wyatt had 2 assists on the night. Robo had 1 goal. Robo's got a team-leading 19 goals. He's on pace for something like 51, so he's still at record pace. Hintz keeps rolling, 1 goal on the game. Essa Lindell is having a banner year productivity-wise, had another goal on the night. Petrovic is surprising. He chipped in with a goal. And the Stars were 62% on the dot. We were out-hit 32-8. This is not good. I think a lot of this is just not having Bischel out there, right? That's a big thing. But we got to have some other players contributing to the physicality. Whenever we get physically bullied, we've seen it last year, we saw it in the playoffs. It is not a good look, really, on any team, and it throws us off of our game. And I think that we've got to get back to what we've talked about from the beginning of the year when Gulletson was talking about having a little more grit, and we just need to add a little bit more of that. I think as we get closer to the playoffs, this team is an absolute monster right now, but the playoffs is a different beast, and we would do ourselves well to add some nasty to the lineup, to add somebody that's going to bang some bodies. We need a little bit of an intimidation factor to put this team into that, not just a regular season wagon, but a playoff nightmare for any team. That's something that Neil needs to address. I'm pretty sure it's on his radar, and we'll look to see how that shapes up as we get closer to the trade deadline. Who knows? They may decide to do something sooner, but I think that they probably will wait to see how things shake out. So Dallas is now 7-1 against our division. We were also, one of the reasons we won was DeSmith had a .909 on the night. Great work. His glove hand was on point all night. And lastly, I do think that the refs did call a little bit too much on this game. I'd like to see a little bit less on the power plays, but that tends to work to our favor when we have a power play that like we have. So let's go through the game. The first period, we had a goal 45 seconds in from Wendell. Rantanen snatches a puck from a Jet, which starts some sustained pressure. Johnston's shot is blocked. It bounces to Wendell at the top of the left circle, and he rips it past a screened Comrie on a nice wrister. I thought Casey DeSmith looked good early. He would look good throughout the entire game. And what a spinorama backhand by Connor at speed on the PK early in the game here. It was reminiscent of the Musai's beautiful spinorama backhand goal that we saw a little bit earlier. Just they've got some really good high-end talent, the Jets. Shifley and Connor, that is not to be trifled with. So Winnipeg was peppering DeSmith in the first period. We saw some weird combinations of defense out there. Haskin with Petrovic, Harley with Petrovic. They were trying to figure out what they were going to do with the new toys that they've inserted into the lineup. So we go to the second period, and we get another goal. Hintz, there was a power play that had started in the period before, and we had about 3/4 of it left. Mikko battles two Jets in the offensive zone, and Hintz gets the leftovers. This is what Mikko is so good at. He's good at a lot. But these puck battles, he is absolutely elite. He can take on 2 or 3 players, and the Stars come out of it with the puck. It's just incredible. So Wyatt Johnston is on the post, and he backhands it across the crease to Mikko, who's on the other side, who makes an absolute beauty of a short backhand no-look pass to Hintz in the slot, who puts it past Comrie against the grain. Highlight reel stuff. Mikko knows what he is doing with that puck before he gets the puck. He is playing chess, not checkers, and it's just a pleasure to watch this guy. And we've got him for 8 years. Oh, man. So then we get a goal after that. Petrovic puts one in. Ritzy goes to the ozone corner in a puck race against 2 Jets, and Bork supports him. He knocks Stanley off the puck, takes it around the net, and then he ends up having to make a second effort to get a shoveling pass on the backhand to Petrovic, who rifles it past Comrie through traffic again, putting traffic in front of Comrie, which is a great thing. And we go up 3-0. Great effort by Bork on this one. So now we have 3 goals on 8 shots for Dallas. They've still got their faith in Comrie. I don't think you can fault him on a lot of it, just with all the traffic that he had. So then Hintz gets run over by Lowry, and it ends up cutting him over the eye. Looked like he had to go off and get some stitches, or at least a butterfly bandage on it. And the Jets are getting frustrated at this point. I'm thinking to myself that Jamie Benn has been relatively invisible compared to the previous games. This is one of those games where we probably could have used a little physicality out of him, but overall he's been fantastic. 9 games and 12 games, 9 points in 12 games back, something like that. So still producing at an excellent tick for the elder statesman of the team there. So then Winnipeg would start to mount a comeback. So Nils Lundqvist with the horrendous turnover, outlet pass attempt, uh, point blank stolen by Scheifele, who's then takes it while skating away, drops it off for Kyle Connor. Connor back to Scheifele. Scheifele quickly rips it past DeSmith and perfectly placed shot, high corner. I don't know how he could have stopped that. And then looks like Winnipeg has some juice now. DeSmith makes a save from right in front, right as after this goal. And I'll tell you, if it wasn't for DeSmith, this could have gone a different way. So then towards a little later, Scheifele would get a goal here. Heiskanen breaks his stick at the end of a penalty kill. So technically our penalty kill streak continues with a little asterisk by it, but we'll take it. These streaks are fun, right? So the puck battle was lost after he lost his stick. Kyle Connor gets it to Morrissey, who passed it across to a waiting Scheifele, who one-times it against the grain, top shelf from a knee. Beautiful goal by him. So we go into the third period. Duchesne takes a high stick. Dallas it goes on the power play. Probably should have been a double minor as he was showing a little blood underneath the lip. So then we would get a goal on the power play. Robertson would get this one, working the puck well between everyone throughout this majority of this power play. Fast puck movement. Heiskanen and Robo pass it back and forth a few times. Heiskanen gets the goalie moving laterally out of position. And he makes a subtle feint before he passes it back to Miro. It was a feinted shot. Very subtle. Go back and watch it. And then it gives Miro, that little feint gives Robo plenty of time and space to put it past the goalie on the one-timer who's trying to get across but gets there too late. Beautiful goal. And man, this power play that we have is damn near unstoppable. So then Adam Lowry would be all alone on DeSmith and gets impeded a little bit by steal from behind. DeSmith with the stop gets run over by Lowry in the aftermath. I love Adam Lowry, by the way. That's a player. If Winnipeg did not make the playoffs, that would be a player who I don't think you'd be able to pry from them. He's their captain, but that's the kind of player that we need. He's a player who I've always admired, plays a tough game, kind of like a Jamie Benn light. And those two have fought, I think, a few times in the past. Tough guy, love his style. So, anyway, Adam Lowry took DeSmith completely out of the net. There was no penalty on it or anything like that, but DeSmith was all the way in the corner and had to make himself get back to his net. Petrovic takes a hooking call with 11:30 left. There's a tense penalty kill with scrambles and close calls, but we're able to get through it. Rantanen takes a trip with 2:43 left, and I am just practically pacing. They pull the goalie with 1:30 left, and a great kill by the Stars. We did not give them much. Foxa had a big D-zone clear with and then makes another one with 1 minute left. Heiskanen with a clear at 45 seconds left. We just keep shutting them down. Heiskanen with another clear in the last 3 seconds of the game, and the Stars go to the bank with this one. It wasn't pretty, but we got it anyway, and it was entertaining. So Colorado loses in the shootout, so they only get 1 point. They lost at Nashville, of all teams. So anyway, Dallas is now only 2 points behind Colorado. Colorado has one game in hand, so they could go up three on us, but we're catching them. Minnesota is next on Thursday. And with this, I think we have the opportunity to put them 10 points behind us if we win. And if you got a team 10 points behind you, especially getting closer to the halfway point, I think it's going to be really hard for Minnesota to catch us. So this is a big 4 point game against them, and I look forward to bringing you all of the coverage on that one. Y'all have a great day.